If it's a day called today, we're talking guitars and life.
Well, welcome back everybody to another episode of TED Talks, Guitars, and Life. Well, today is the day, my friend. We have reached the final stages of the project. The 2002 Squier Bullet that was blue and a top loader is now, aka the Joker, Jack. It is now green. It is now copacetically a string through the body situation, my friends. So guys, I'm going to set the body to the side. I'm just going to talk through what we've done, and then we are going to assemble this guitar today in this video. That is the hope of what I am thinking. So we'll start over here with the neck, what we've done, what we need to continue to do. So let's talk about the neck. So we had a lot of fret work to do. I didn't find a lot of high frets, but we did end up leveling the frets and crowning the frets and polishing the frets. We did clean and condition that fingerboard, Jack. We were able to copacetically get the old nut out and remove that glue that was in there, and I've got a couple of black tusk nuts. One of those I'm hoping is going to fit in there and work just fine. If not, I've got some other stash of nuts around the shop and we'll find something that works. Maybe that's the hope anyway. Yeah, we did have a neck crack in this guitar. We did copacetically handle our business on that. We did upgrade the tuners to the Ed Array locking tuners. We did go with black rolling string guides. I did copacetically remove the nibs on the heel of that guitar. Neck, I did take some sandpaper to the back of this neck, put on some True Oil and a little bit of that Howard feeding wax for that juicy goodness. Silky smoothness is what I mean, Jack. And yeah, man, so that is the neck. That is what we have done. That guitar neck is ready for a guitar body. As it relates to the body of the guitar itself, I get to mark some things off the list. Guys, the best part about making a list is marking things off, Jack. So we did wet sand, oh man, and we did polish that guitar. I did go ahead and I filled in the strap button holes. They were loosey-goosey. So I have I have filled those and I have some strap buttons. I may put some locking strap buttons on here that I have from an old project, aka the Leo James guitar. So on the body, we did the string through conversion. We did upgrade to a pure tone output jack. We put in a black boat, obviously. This is a black string through the body bridge. Believe that's a Music Lily or Do Pro. Sorry guys, I don't remember. We do have the 3 black knobs, a black switch tip. I did the pick guard. Guys, that's the white pick guard that was on the guitar. So I've got, all of this is in the description, the playlist below. Nope. All of this is in the playlist in the description below. There you go, Jack. I did commandeer these black pick guard covers from another project that'll be forthcoming. And on the last one, on the bridge pup, for some reason, my holes were not in alignment. So I did ream those out. And if you were up close, man, that looks pretty ugly. From the 22nd row, you'll never see it. And if you're that close to my stuff, hey, you're too close to my stuff, Jack. You better back on up. I did ream out the neck hole screws so that my neck screws do not thread the body of this guitar. They will go directly into that guitar neck, and I prefer that. It will also help me if we need to do a little string alignment. Other than that, original pups, original switch, original pots, and we'll see how it sounds, man. If we need to go in and upgrade pups later, we can do that. If we need to upgrade any of the electronics, we can do that as well. I did replace the output wires with push-pull wire. I did replace the bridge plate ground wire with a push-pull wire. This guitar is wired like a Telecaster in that it has a ground wire that comes and sits up under that bridge. You will notice I've mentioned it in previous videos, so I won't belabor the point, that I did not deal with all of the dents that this guitar had on it. I wanted some character that it had. The biggest offender was right here, and I think maybe you can tell that there was a dent there at one point in time, but there's no bare wood exposed. And I just, I wasn't trying to hide the age or the character of the guitar. I like a guitar with some character, Jack. And the paint job is, well, it is what it is, guys. It may be the best finish work I've done. That said, there's plenty of imperfections. There's a really nice imperfection right here. I'm not quite sure what happened in that regard. And then in this area and up here on the horn, you can kind of see a darker color coming through, kind of cracking a little bit. I decided I liked that look. I just, I like perfection. It wasn't my goal, number one. And number two, man, a little bit of character goes a long way, Jack. The neck pocket is flat. Life is good. So, guys, in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to move into final assembly, and we're going to set this guitar up, see if we can't turn this baby into a rock and roll machine. Guys, why don't you run out to the kitchen, man, get you a big old bowl of snap, crackle, and pop, or whatever you dig. Jack, a cup of coffee, a Diet Coke, and a soft pretzel, some popcorn. Ooh, I love me some popcorn. Meet me back at the workbench, man. We got some work to do. Jack, what are you doing sitting down? We got to get into it, baby. Let's do it. Well, my friends, come to find out, it's a sad day after all. That is the last cookie in the stash, my friends. Come on, man. How do you run out of cookies, Jack? I don't know, man. Hey, guys. Love you. Mean it. Pause for the coffee. Coffee. All right, guys. We do have our strings on the guitar. Good news, bad news files. Well, there's no bad news, man. It's guitar setup, okay? One thing, the neck alignment, it was good. The string placement over the pickup magnets is pretty good. I got no complaints about that, Jack. I did in the fast forward action go through two different black tusk nuts. This one, although it was more of a fit in terms of width, the height was just too low. How low can you go? Well, my friend's not that low, Jack. So I put in one that was taller, although you probably can't pick this up in the video. It's hanging over the sides. So what I will do is once I figure out the alignment that I want, I will file down the sides of that nut with a file, and then I will glue that nut in place. I will also be filing those nut slots down copacetically. However, right now, what I want to do first is get the guitar tuned, and then I want to look at my relief. Right now, as you might imagine, oh man, I got me some relief, Jack. Oh man. So anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tighten up these neck screws, and I'm going to tune the guitar up. I'm going to adjust my relief, and then that'll tell me what I need to do with the nut. And then I might look at the nut just a little bit before we go on to other things, and then we'll end up at the nut after the train situation just for final touches. Well, that's where we are, guys. Stand by. Dutchie, I keep telling you, man, you can't have cookie crumbs on the workbench. Oh, I'm sorry, Poppy. Let me clean that. Skip back. I'll do it. Crazy dog. All right, guys. Well, I have the guitar in tune-ish, and was able to set my relief pretty well. So what I need to tackle now, I'm going to go back to the nut now, and I am going to, you can tell, the good news about the nut is that it was tall enough to get me off the buzz on the open. The bad news is it's too tall. Not bad news. Guys, look, how many times have we set up a guitar and talked about nut height and nut slots and all the things. So what we're going to be doing, what I'm going to be doing for your enjoyment and edification perhaps, who knows, man, put it in the comments if you dig hanging out talking about guitars and life. But yeah, man, hey, yeah, special thanks to all the jacks, man. Those who are channel members is what I mean. And for all your support, man, really do appreciate you guys. And I appreciate anybody who's taking time today to hang out with me on a crazy journey, man. Whether you're a part of the Jack Squad or not, Jack. If you hang out with me, you are. So it's kind of a default situation. But yeah, so really do appreciate you guys, man, hanging out with me in the vids and on the live streams. Hey guys, we get together 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on Tuesday nights, most Tuesday nights, when my internet connection works, which is most of the time. And yeah, man, we just hang out and talk about guitars and life, my friends. So if you ever want to come hang out on a Tuesday night, we'd love to have you join us, man. We absolutely would. Man, this will timestamp the vid for some of you who hang out on the channel. Salty Cream Puff won the Fret Not RJ's Cave TED Talks Guitars and Life guitar giveaway. And they should have that guitar, I'm thinking, this week, man. So yeah, it was really a cool project, man. We're thinking about doing it again. So who knows what'll happen in the future. So yeah, guys, I've got a gig this weekend, and I am trying to determine which guitar I'm going to play. I thought about taking the Joker on a maiden voyage, man. But I've got the Xavier I want to play as well. And I've always got my old T's Telly. Excuse me just a moment. Okay, guys. I'm about to tackle this nut, man. If you want to pull up a chair and stick around, I'm going to grab my chair. And we're going to get into it, bro. So, yep. All right, stick around, guys. This ought to be a good ride. right, friends, we have filed the sides of that nut where I'd like it. I was checking the string placement. Everything looks okay to me. So now what I'd like to do is I would like my nut slots to live just a little bit higher than that fret right there. And I believe just a little bit more than that would be good. Let's see what we got here. What are we rocking? Again, guys, the radius of this board is such that I don't really know. I don't really know what the radius is. I didn't have anything in my bag of tricks. I'm using the Music I'm using the Music Nomad diamond files, guys. They're very pricey. I bought them, so I use them. You could use any kind of nut files you'd like to use. What I like about this is, although expensive, is that this kind of rides on the frets. So you can't really get lower than the frets in that regard. So that's a nice feature. And again, in just a moment, once I get down to where this looks copacetic, I'm going to measure everything. But since they were all high, I know that I want to come down just a little bit. So again, I'm really counting on the fact that this Music Nomad file is riding on those frets and keeping me from doing too much damage. And I do always like to go down toward the tuners a little bit to help with the break angle. And sometimes I need to open the nut slots up a little bit, although that hasn't been. Oh, go tee shot. Obligatory go tee shot. Now I may have moved that nut just a little bit inadvertently. Whoa, did you guys see that? Holy smokes, man. Baby shot out of there like a cannon, Jack. I clearly haven't glued it in yet because I was considering, depending on how much height I need to remove, I was considering filing from the bottom. And if I file from the bottom as opposed to the top, I don't obviously want that glued in. I want this to be able to live and breathe a little bit. Okay. And in just a minute, when I tighten these strings up, it's going to give me a sense of where we are. So I'm going to plug my tuner in, or attempt to my guitar, just to get it tuned up to pitch. A little bit of a spoiler alert for you. I have put this guitar through the amp, and the pickups, guys, I was hoping to try to play it this weekend at the gig. It's kind of a maiden voyage just to do it, you know. But the pickups just don't sound great in my ears, man. All right, well, that's pretty close, man. Well, that ain't bad at all. All right, so what I'm doing, guys, is I'm holding down the 3rd fret. If you hang on the channel, you see me do this. Look, if you guys know how to do this, you could do it all day long with your eyes closed, your hands tied behind your back, man, just for the sake of those who are kind of new to all this. So what I'm doing, there's no magic here. I'm just holding down the 3rd fret, and I'm seeing how much play I have All right, I think that's going to be okay. And the string placement in the slots are okay. I think I would just, you know what? I'm going to glue this in. That's what I'm going to do. Let me do that. I don't think I'm going to have to come off the bottom the way I thought I might have to. Yeah, so the pup's not being fantastic. I really do wish they were a little bit better, man. It's not that I can't play the gig with the pups, man. I could. I mean, you know, nobody from Cream Magazine is coming. You guys remember Cream Magazine? I don't know. Maybe it's still around. I do not know. I could file just a little bit more off this side. I taped this side because on this side you can see file marks. I should have taped it, guys. I'm a moron sometimes. See what let's do, guys. Let's intonate the guitar. I do think I'm going to come back to those nut slots. As I said previously, it's all about making adjustments, tuning everything up, checking your relief, your action, all the things. My action is still, the relief is good, the action is high. I may need to shim the neck. And we know how to do that. Oh, I dropped my apparatus on the floor. That's all right. I happen to have another one right here. Yeah, so right now it's pretty high, and my saddles are, well, they're not quite horizontal yet. Let me see if I can adjust that. Let me intonate this guitar right quick. So intonation, as you guys know, man, if you're new to all this, then I'll just walk through it one time here. When you intonate a guitar, you want your open note and your fretted 12th note to be the same. Okay, so if you're sharp, that's so close. If you're sharp, you want to move your saddle toward the bridge. If you're flat, you want to move your saddle loosey-goosey where it goes closer to the nut. And I will check the intonation using my chromatic tuner on my pedal board later. I'm just trying to get within range. That's within range to me, man, for right now. What does he mean within range? Well, that's what I mean, within range. It's what the two words mean, within and range. Not very scientific. Well, it's TED Talks Guitars and Life. You didn't expect scientific, did you? But you claim to be an expert. Guys, look. 3 things are true today. That would be true every day of the year, my friends. Number 1, I'm not a luthier. Number 2, I'm not, I repeat, not a professional. All the channel has ever been, all the channel will ever be, is one man's journey. In all things, guitars and life, Jake. So don't get it twisted. There ain't no claimed expertise here. It's just me being me. All right. There you go. All right. Close enough for government work, probably. For those of you who are international friends, that is an American euphemism. Government being what it is, i.e. not perfect. Sometimes doesn't get things right. And so we have an expression in the States, close enough for government work, which means not exactly copacetic. There you go. Everything is sharp down here. Jack. Okay, guys. We've got the guitar in tune. We've got the relief set. We've got the action as good as it can be right now without either a shim. And some more nut work. We do have the intonation set. So now we're going to go back to the end of train, which is the nut. How many times can you file a nut slot? As many times as you got to do it, Jack. All right. All right, my friends. We are going to tackle these nut slots. Hopefully for the last time. Not that I'm anxious about it or anything, but yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay, guys, I believe we have our nut slots where I want them to be. So in the video, you probably saw me doing a lot of this action right here. I'm just holding down the 3rd fret and I'm seeing how much play I have between that string and that fret. I want just a whisper. The other thing that you may have saw me doing is pushing down the 1st fret kind of hardly like that. What I'm looking for is whether or not my string is doing this at the 12th fret, like there's a lot of play in it. If there's a lot of weeble wobble in your string at the 12th fret while you're doing this, your nut slot is too high. All right, let's see what that got us, man. Okay, so now our nut slots are copacetically opened. Now, the other thing that I do is that I use the next higher file for the A string down. So although that's a 32 file for that, I use a 42, so on and so forth on down the road. We did not end our, no, we did not use our cool groove bars, but I did eyeball it. It's a scientific measurement. It is a scientific measurement. All right, guys. Well, let's see if we can tune this guitar up. All right, guys. Let's plug this bad boy in and see what we got.
As always, wherever you are in your guitar journey, man, I pray it's a long, smooth, safe, joy-filled ride for you, Jack. Rock on with your best selves, everybody. Catch you down the road.